Hey guys, David Phillips, attorney. I just got back from court and it occurred to me that a lot of people probably wonder what goes on when you have your creditors meeting after filing bankruptcy. First off, the bankruptcy court for the Middle District of Tennessee is located at 701 Broadway and it's in the building that's called the Customs House. If you've been downtown Nashville, it'd be very hard to miss the building because it very much looks like a church. It's actually side by side with the federal courthouse, which is at 801 Broadway. When you first get to the court, you'll be parking in the rear of the building. There's actually parking lots all around the area, but if you can get one of the spaces right behind the building, that's probably for the best. The parking is generally around $10 in the bankruptcy court parking lot, but some of the lots around the surrounding area actually charge more. So again, if you get there early, it'll help and you may be able to get one of the spots in the bankruptcy court parking area. When you go in the building, you need to enter the building from the rear, and the first thing you'll notice is they do have very tight security, and it's very similar to going through the airport. You'll be having to take any metal that you have on you out of your pockets, and if you had a computer, cell phones, glasses, things like that, and it's all scanned through their scanner. And then after you get through the check-in point, you'll want to go up the first elevator to the first floor, and the bankruptcy courtroom is actually courtroom 100. When you go in the room, if you haven't already met me or your attorney, when you go into the room, you'll be seated on the far side in the chairs across the room, and usually they start most of the hearings right on time. Chapter 7s are heard on Mondays and Wednesdays, and they occur at 8, 10, 1, or 3 o'clock. And your Chapter 13s are heard on Tuesdays only, and those are at 8:30, 10:30, and 1:30. When you have your meeting of creditors, the trustee will swear you in, check out your ID, be sure you have a driver's license with a photograph on it, and your Social Security card. And after all of that's out of the way, they'll ask you a few standard questions to verify the information that's in your bankruptcy petition. We will go over all of those questions with you before you get into the courtroom. So generally, it's not something you need to worry about. The average case probably takes no more than about 5 minutes. And they're generally more interested in the Chapter 7s in looking at your property and houses, automobiles, things like that. If you're in a Chapter 13 case, it can take a little bit longer, but then they're discussing your payment plan to your creditors, and the attorney does most of the answering of those particular questions. I mentioned earlier you need to be there early. I can't stress that enough. The parking can be very hectic downtown, and if you're not familiar with the area, it would be very easy to end up being late. If you are late, generally you're going to have a continuance, especially in Chapter 13. They do not allow you to have your case heard once the proceedings start, and they do start usually right on time. Chapter 7s, they're a little more lenient, but still you do need to be there as close as you can to the time period that your case has been set for. I always ask that you be there a minimum of 30 minutes early, and that'll usually give you a leeway, and we'll have time to talk before your particular case begins. If you have any questions about going to bankruptcy court, be sure and give our offices a call. We don't mind answering questions over the telephone, and we're here to help you at any time. See you next time.